Welcome to Ghosted by the Machine, the podcast where job seekers break through the algorithm and get heard. No filters, no bots, just 5 minutes of truth. I'm your host, Mark Lane, and today we're giving the mic to someone who's actively searching, actively showing up, and definitely not a resume PDF. So let's get into it. 5 minutes, 5 questions. This is Ghosted by the Machine. Today's guest is Rebecca Peaire, a professional from Raleigh, North Carolina, who's currently looking for her next real job opportunity in communications, from what I understand, which is near and dear to my heart. So our first question to Rebecca. Rebecca, first thing, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, the first show and you are it. So your
Ooh.
first question is, who are you and what kind of job or role are you looking for?
Yeah, so I'm a communications consultant. I have about 10 years of experience working from nonprofits to large corporate organizations. In my communications consulting business, I primarily work with nonprofits and mission-driven organizations doing writing and content strategy. But I'm still looking for freelance work, but I'm also looking for full-time work. Actually, in New York City, my husband and I are thinking of making a move there. So mostly in the writing and content space for nonprofits and mission-driven organizations.
Heading to the Big Apple. That's
Yes.
wonderful. So do you think AI has helped you or hurt you during your job search right now, and why?
Yeah, AI is a tricky thing because I think there's a lot of pros to it. It certainly helps with making a great resume and adjusting your cover letter to fit the job that you're applying for. But it's a little unfortunate having your resume being reviewed by AI instead of an actual human. I never know if uh, it just doesn't feel authentic. And I always feel like I may be qualified for a role, but if can I really trust AI to look at my resume and look for those keywords? It's really hard to say. Like, I'd rather have an actual human look at my resume and see for themselves that I'm a good fit for the job.
Yeah, I feel the same way, especially when they send you those Dear John letters at 3 a.m. in the morning. Thank you
Yeah,
for
it's
your
so
appointment.
unfortunate.
So, what is your secret skill or superpower most resumes don't show?
I would say my ability to pivot. I feel like in the communications world, that is a very important skill to have. You never know when something unexpected might come up. During the COVID-19 pandemic, I was working for an organization where we were having a big conference in March of 2020, and I was responsible for doing all the communications to pivot that to virtually in like 2 weeks. And then the business I worked for after that, we did an entire department rebrand where we had to basically rewrite everything that the company did. And I had to do that really quickly too. And it's just there's so many quick deadlines in the communications industry that you really need to know how to pivot and adapt quickly.
Sure. Overcome, adapt, and improvise. That's what I always say.
Exactly.
What's one thing you'd tell recruiters or hiring managers today?
You know, you kind of mentioned this before, those Dear John letters that you get. Honestly, for me, I've just gotten ghosted. Like I apply for a job and I never know if I got it or not.
Sure.
Sometimes I've had a few calls and I'm like, where are we at in this process? Or I just don't get an email at all. And at the end of the day, it'd just be really nice to know if I got the job or not, or if I'm moving forward in the next step rather than just being leaving me on a thread.
Right. I totally understand. I totally get it.
Yeah.
And there's so many of us out there that see the same thing or feel the same way.
Yeah.
So, what's something that gives you hope right now?
I would say networking. I'm part of a lot of different networking groups, both virtual and in person. I've been able to meet a lot of great people, and hopefully that one of those people will put me in the right direction to find my next opportunity. So we'll see. But so far, that's been going pretty well.
Huge thanks to Rebecca for being with us today. If you're hiring or know someone who she should meet, check out their LinkedIn in the show notes. If you want to be on the podcast, DM me or comment on LinkedIn or TikTok. We're always looking for real voices for this ghost town of job search silence. This is Ghosted by the Machine. Let's make hiring human again. Have a great day.